What's good, guys? I've got a backtesting video for you here. I know that in the last video I said that I didn't want to milk these too hard, but honestly I thought about it a little more, and bro, you guys eat these up. I won't lie, these videos do the best out of anything on my channel, and the point of this channel is to give you guys sauce, especially that free sauce, give you as much as I can, and I feel like these backtesting videos are great because it allows you to see my discretion. You know, a lot of profitable traders or experienced traders will tell you to use discretion, not just trade mechanically, but the problem is as a inexperienced trader, you don't have any discretion to go off of. So obviously you need to build that discretion over time, but it can be helpful to see my discretion, and the best way to do that is over a large sample size of trades. So I feel like these videos are beneficial, and I won't lie, when I was learning how to become profitable, I loved watching these videos from other people that traded similar to me. So if you guys keep showing support on these videos, I mean, I have no reason to stop doing them. I'll keep doing them for you guys if you think they're useful, like whatever, to show me that you actually want to keep seeing these. So anyways, we'll smack the glasses on and we're just going to get to it. Let's pick a random month here. We're going to do 2022 today, just because I don't want to repeat something, and I'm starting to do a lot of these. So we got September here. All right, let me get this set up real quick and we'll get to it. All right, guys, we're on September 1st here. I just want to say real quick that first off, I trade continuation. If you clicked on the video, you probably already see that. But basically, I'm just looking for a higher time frame draw on liquidity, and we're looking for good volume toward that draw and trying to find safe entries, pretty much. If you don't want to watch the entire video, this is probably going to be a long one because I like to give my genuine thoughts, and there's going to be a lot of analysis, I guess. So if you want to just kind of skip through it, I'm going to leave timestamps in the description for the days that I actually take trades on, so you can skip around to those if you don't want to see the whole thing, and should be pretty much everything. Oh yeah, I also might not get through the entire month depending on the price action. I don't like to drag these videos out for like over an hour because it's just a little too much. Depending on if the price action is good or not, we might not get through the entire month. I just want to show you guys a handful of trades. That's the whole point. So we'll just see what happens, but we are going to get to it right now. So at this point, unless it's really necessary, I'm going to try my best not to cut anywhere in the video so you can see, like I said, genuine thoughts show that I'm not just like cheating this, that I'm actually going through it legitimately and whatever. So to start off here, September 1st, we're looking pretty bearish. As you can see, this trend is pretty overall bearish, and what I'm seeing here is we have these 4-hour lows that are yet to be taken, and on a super bearish trend, we also tapped into this 4-hour gap, and then we're starting to kind of reject on this wick here. One thing to consider is, on the 4-hour, this shows as a gap. Let me check. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a tiny new week opening gap here, but I'm honestly feeling more bearish. So we'll see if we get a delivery toward these lows. Even off of open, bro, like, okay, I'm not going to force this yet because we definitely want to see more confirmation. But to me, like, this almost looks like the retrace we need before entering short down to these lows. We are going to wait for more confirmation because this is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. 85 points, we're not going for this, but I definitely want to come shorter here. Yeah, bro. See, this is why we don't force it right away, guys. Okay, let's wait for some confirmation here. Gonna go to the 5-minute and see what happens off this. All right, that's a nice downward candle. We're through that news at 7 o'clock. Let's see if, I mean, we're already starting to make a down move. Let's see if this displaces nicely. Depends kind of on the displacement here. If we get something like this, I'm gonna wait. But if we get like maybe like a nice displacement through here, oof. Okay. I'm thinking I like this. This is a pretty good displacement through here, and I mean, we just target the lows, I guess. 55 points. We have a solid break-even point. We have a solid stop loss. I don't really know how I feel about this break-even point, honestly, because it's not super far down. It's only 9 points down, so I might let price play out a little bit more. I used to be really strict about going break-even at every single internal high when I first started trading continuation, but the problem is, like, a lot of the time, if we push down these, like, just a few points, we get taken out a lot. So I kind of want to see, like, the trade idea really like show that we're going lower before I go break even, or if I have a really good reason to believe we're going break even, then I'll do it, but like not just off of this tiny sweep if I really think the sentiment is lower, because I really want these lows all the way down here. Maybe we go break even at like here or so, but I kind of just want to see how the price is playing. So we're just going to play it forward here. Oh, let me enter the position. I'm just going oh shit, we're going to go solid 1% risk, $1,000. This is like a 100k simulated account, so yeah, like at this point, this is a better break even. Like I prefer to go break even, like honestly halfway through the trade. Normally I feel like is a better time to go break even. So rip, bro. Okay, did get tagged out break even. I don't want to force anything, but I'm definitely liking this shorter bias. It depends. If we just start rejecting these lows, then we probably don't want to come down. But overall, bro, like this idea of coming all the way to these lows is what I want to see. So I'm going to see maybe if we get another move back to the downside, like displacement lower. Does not look like we're getting that though. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, bro, like this has got to hit, bro. If this doesn't hit, I guess I'm just a fraud, but I genuinely think that we want to come toward these lows. Decent stop loss is going to be right here, and I mean like it really shouldn't push above this point if we want to come lower. So we're just going to take this one here, and we'll go break even at this point. Hopefully we just flood the lows here. All right, nice. Solid little trade. I mean, the bias was correct. We just got break even on that other trade, which I'm fine with. It makes sense. Like once we were that low down, I didn't imagine that we're going to push higher, and we did, but I want to have my risk off the table at that point, so it makes sense. So once we got this massive displacement back to the downside, like displacement really tells a story in the market. Like this shows that we want to come down to these lows. So solid there. We're going to move to the next day. Nice way to start off. Okay, on this one here, we're looking pretty bullish. So this was the first target that I saw higher. We already swept this high. So this is the next high that we would be targeting. Looks pretty decent. Let's see like the higher. Yeah, and then like I said yesterday from these lows, we swept those out, and it also looks like we swept them very nicely. Okay, yeah, this looks like a good target higher. So we're going to come. Okay, one thing though is we do have this. So even though I do like longs, if we start trading toward these data lows, that could also be a setup. If you don't know, basically like sometimes with these data candles, you can look at them as like a range. Like if I draw this out for you, if we take out the top side of the range, a decent target is always going to be this bottom side of the range if we start trending in that direction, and vice versa. So in this case, we took out the top of the range already. So even though I'm more bullish overall, if we want to come down toward this data low, it's always a reasonable idea. Well, I won't say always, but generally it's a reasonable idea. Okay. Starting to get a bit of a retrace. Let's see. Damn. Okay, so this did start displacing lower semi toward this news candle. Hold on, let's check what the R would look like on this. We are still like 84 points away, so I kind of want to see a little bit more out of this before we short. Let's see. Maybe if we displace, okay. Yeah, this is kind of cooked now. I wanted to see us maybe displace lower out of this move here, because if we got a nice move down here after all this, like that would pretty much confirm for me that we do want to come lower. But I just didn't want to take that initial short, because although it was a good displacement and you would have gone break even here, like you would have got break even stopped on that, I guess. But like, I don't know, it just seemed too far away. Like I don't really want to target almost 90 points right now. So maybe we start trading up toward those highs, but okay, yeah. Stays done for. It's just not wanting to go to any of the draws. All right. Okay. Looking at this, bro, this already looks kind of trash right here. Like in here, I don't even know what to target. I want to maybe come down to like this, maybe here, assuming that we're looking to come lower, but see what happens. See what it gives us. Again, as a continuation trader, obviously, like, I'm generally picking a reasonable higher time frame draw and targeting that, but I'm also not like a market maker. I don't always know exactly where price is going to go. I just have to go with what the market gives me. So even if I thought it was going to go lower and it starts heading up, like I'm okay with taking a long, you know, if that's what it gives me. Okay, is this like a holiday or something, bro? I don't even know. All right, I'm not going to trade this because I think it's a holiday, but I imagine low-key, this doesn't look bad. Up to these highs here. How far away are we? Yeah, it's got to be, bro. We're only 12 points away. This would be the idea. We're not going to take it, but let's see. All right, nice. Looks like it would have played out. Almost stopped this out, but yeah. All right, next day. Okay. Again, first thing I'm seeing here is this. Like, we're just looking super bearish on this trend, and that's the next, like, higher time frame liquidity draw that we could head toward. Let's check the 5-minute real quick. I highly recommend you look through your time frames if you ever kind of want to see what's going on better. Filter through your time frames. When I'm backtesting, you will see me like kind of skip over some stuff, but when I'm live trading and I really look through everything, I'm checking all these time frames I have up here, not necessarily the daily, but I'm generally starting from the 4-hour and working my way down. So 4-hour, 1 hour, 15, 5, and then I'll finally end up on the 1 minute once I see what I really want to see. Okay, holy. crazy move up, and we're starting to displace. I mean, I see that we're also rejecting out of this like tiny gap there. I mean, I imagine we take the lows here. Yeah, I didn't want to enter this because there's like no good stop loss here. Like, I mean, you could target these lows, but then your stop loss like should be here in theory, and you're not gonna do this like 0.5R trades. So kind of cooked on that one. Let's see if there's anything lower. We'll mark this out, see if we continue lower. But now that we took that draw, depends how we're moving. Okay, hold on. All right, off of this, let me check what the R looks like here. I think this would be a good trade. Yeah, maybe we give this one a shot. Basically a similar idea as the previous trades. I mean, as you'll keep seeing over and over again, just like movements toward the downside. Like, look at this 5 minute, just straight bearish candles. All these wicks up are getting rejected really hard. Like, if you look at this first 5 minute candle here, massive wick to the upside, rejects. This one again, big upside wick, rejects. Again here, upside wick, huge, rejects. This one's starting to head downward, and nice displacement toward the downside. We've got a little bit before the news, so oops. Targeting the low here. Okay, break even, because if this cooks me, then all right. Okay, that scared me for a second, but we're chilling. Okay, 2-0, or we had a break even, I think, to start off, but yeah, not bad so far. All right. Okay, I think this looks pretty clear, right? Like, this would be the high I want. As you'll see, look at these like fat wicks that rejected here, and then we're starting to inverse this hourly gap. Obviously, it hasn't actually inversed it yet, but the thing is, when you're looking at like hour and 4 hour inversions, sometimes you just got to go off the fact that it's probably going to inverse. Like, if we're trading all the way up here and I'm looking to go long, like, I can kind of use it as a confluence, even though it hasn't yet inversed the gap. So that's kind of the idea for this one, I would think. Like, I don't really see us coming lower here. Let me check the 4 hour though. Yeah, I mean, I think we want to come higher. 15 minutes starting to reject this move. 5 minute, oh, look at that. 5 minutes tapping that gap, already starting to come up. Let's see what we get off open here. Honestly, hear me out, bro. If we get one displacement off of open, like I don't know where, but it's probably going to be a decent sized candle, honestly, is the problem. Like, it might be all the way up here, but then we go for like a 1-to-1. But then in terms of a stop loss, it's let's see what we get. I'm getting a little carried away, but yeah, basically the idea here is already like being fulfilled. If you look at this whole move as like a big retrace here, this is how I see this, bro. See, like, we're getting a big move up here, boom, retrace. This is like the retracement leg back to the upside. Like, this already looks good for longs, assuming you're targeting that high. Like, it's a pretty free draw, I feel like, off this inversion too. So let's see. I don't really like that candle. I want to see a slightly better candle. Bruh. Okay, so the idea did play out. I didn't want to long this candle just because that wick is trash. Like, maybe if it closed up here, sure, but I guess a cool idea here. Just a clear bias. All right. I guess I could. Let me go back. We'll see if it continues higher. After taking that high, I'm not gonna have super high hopes though, but I don't want to just quit on this day yet. Let's see if it trends higher. Okay, damn. Okay, it is coming up. Let's see if we get a good move. Alright, I mean, that's a decent displacement, but like, I'm not really liking this price action, I'm not gonna lie. Let's give it a second. Again, this move isn't bad, but like, what is going on in here, bro? 5 minute here. I don't really like this 5 minute chart either. Damn, bro. This is not even a horrible trade. Like, if you took this one, I wouldn't say that's terrible. Off this like sweep, starts rejecting back up to the upside, but I don't know. I'm just not liking this price action, honestly. Let's see. Maybe it delivers the highs now, but I'm not taking anything here. Okay, let's go to the 5 minute real quick. All right, dang. Took the highs now. Yeah, I mean, like, this is a semi-reasonable entry here. I don't really love this one, but it is what it is. All right, next day. Okay, here, I mean, this one really could go either way. I mean, I'm going to mark out this low, and then I'm also going to mark out a high, and this is because when you look at the 4 hour here, I see this shape a lot, and basically how I see this is like, I want to see more of a long bias out of this, because you know, the market does move in trends. We expect to be more trendy, and this, like, you would imagine that this is going to make this shape here, boom, boom, right back to the upside. that's what you would expect. But the thing is, like, it doesn't always move so perfect. So we'll see. If it just starts dumping, I mean, I'm fine with targeting this low. But I imagine we reject out of this 4-hour gap, start pushing higher. But this, dang, that's a really strong down candle closure on the hourly. So we'll kind of just see what it gives us here. In terms of hourly, target's good. Let me check the 4-hour again. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Let's see if we get displacement higher, maybe. Okay, starting to move up a little bit. Running through the time frames, I mean, I kind of want to see us get like through this gap. When does this close? Are we close to this candle closing? Yeah, let's see this candle close first. Okay, so the 15-minute did close here. It closed through this gap, which I like. It kind of makes me feel like we're good for looking higher. Like, we do still have these gaps to pay attention to. Like, technically we need to get through these before we long all the way up to the highs, but like, I don't know. I think this looks starting to look good. Like, you can see the idea playing out. Like, it's starting to reject that gap hard. On the 4-hour, it looks more clear. Okay, let's see. Maybe if we can get a retrace to enter something for this one here. Price action is like slowing, but okay, we're getting a little volume here. Maybe we get a flip out of this, and then we have a solid. Damn. Okay. All right. Dude, bro, I'm just not liking this candle here. Maybe okay, that one's better. I think this shows enough displacement to show that we really want to come toward these highs. Let's check the R on this though. I mean, we've got a solid break-even point here. Stop loss, we're gonna put it right below here. I mean, you could put it below this leg, but negative R, so we'll just protect this gap. I mean, it really shouldn't pass through that gap if we're coming higher. Yeah, this looks solid enough. All right. Again, a good idea here, right? Just a move up, like a big old retrace, and then displacing back outside the retrace to show confirmation of the direction, which I believe to be higher here. Let's go back, check the 4-hour. Yeah, look at that rejection of all these gaps, and then it's starting to reject on this 4-hour. It creates a nice down wick, and it's barely even created a top wick, so I expect it to kind of push higher. Okay, let's see this here. All right. Break even now that we have surpassed that internal high, and hopefully this one. All right, bruh. All of that analysis for what? Okay, I don't want to like force a re-entry here, bruh, but I really think we want to take these highs, so I'm gonna see if we get displacement back up. All right, chat. Again, bro, like I don't wanna be forcing this for 18 points, especially, bro. We're not gonna force this, but look, dude, it's like it's gotta play. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're moving on to the next day, but all right, the idea was there. Unfortunate break even. It is what it is. It happens, bro. All right, next here, I'm gonna mark out this high. I'm noticing that we're already sweeping out this high, so it kind of depends how we react off this, right? Like, if we start just rejecting hard, then I imagine we don't want to obviously keep continuing higher to the next draw, so otherwise we'd want to target lower. We are already tapping into this hourly gap, which is interesting, so let's see how we behave, because either we're going to push through this gap and then pretty much confirm this because we're rejecting these highs and inverting this gap to like confirm that we want to come down to the next draw lower, or if we respect this gap and just start going higher, I would target the next high. I mean, you could maybe target the high of this leg, but like this isn't really the strongest draw. I'd want to see the following thing get hit. So let's see if we head up here. Okay, dang. It didn't even like get any move down. So see how that we're rejecting very nicely out of that gap. Let's see if we can get like a entry up to the highs. We're still kind of far away. Damn, bro. Okay. I mean, I don't know if we wait on this one. Stop loss would go here. Let's check the 5-minute. This 15 minutes kind of ugly, bro. Like, I like this idea of sweeping this, but like, I kind of want to see us surpass this high maybe, or like maybe if we create this 5-minute gap and retrace it, but I don't know. This isn't a terrible trade. I'm not going to take this because it's not my favorite. Like, the idea is kind of there, but this is just like, I don't know. Looking at this something, I mean, it looks decent, but we're going to see what happens here. I'm not going to take this yet. Okay, the 5-minute gap has been created, so maybe you could take it and put your stop loss, like, protecting this gap, potentially. But let's see. Okay, it would have got stopped out there. It made it move down. Let's see if we displace higher. Like, there could low-key be an entry here. I don't want to give up on this yet because the idea is not bad. See, like a fat displacement. Oh my gosh. Literally the GOAT, bro. Okay, let's put the TP up here. In terms of a stop loss, again, like, you can't really get a nice one-to-one here because it's negative R, so you just have to protect this gap. But this displacement, to me, now that we've surpassed these highs, like, it really shows. I think we want to come up to the next high, which is this 4-hour high. Yeah, we're going to try this one here. Low-key, looking back, though, this isn't the greatest draw ever. Still a decent draw, but, like, could be better. I still think this is going to hit, so if it doesn't, oh well. All right. Damn, almost got stopped out. I kind of got scared there. I'm not going to lie. All right. After this, we're like there's not really a great break-even point. So, again, this is one of those where, like, once we're, like, pretty much halfway up the trade, mostly there, like, I don't really want to have any more risk on the table because we shouldn't come down if we are going to. Right? If we're bullish, like, it doesn't make sense to come back all the way down here. And nice. That one did play out. I'm not going to lie, bro. The reason I didn't take this, like, I wish I could give you guys a better reason, but it was just like, I think it was just the 15-minute. I didn't like how we didn't like hit this high. Like, we were kind of rejecting this high. I didn't know what we were going to do. Like, this price action looks a little weird, a little choppy. I just wanted to see us break the range maybe, but this isn't even the greatest price action. Like, if you didn't take this trade, you're not really missing out on anything. Like, this is kind of mid, so I'm not going to lie, like, a good trade still, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're 3 and then maybe 2 break evens. I can't remember now, but I don't know how much longer we're going to go. Let's just see what happens. All right. So this one, I mean, it looks like we want a higher price because of the way we're, like, rejecting out of this gap. I mean, we've already filled this new week opening gap. We're starting to come higher, and then we're rejecting this. I mean, I guess you could target here, but, like, in terms of, like, a higher draw, there's not really anything good. I don't want to long through this massive fair value gap here, I'm going to be honest. So let me see what this gives me. I guess maybe we mark out a lower draw because I guess if we do inverse this gap here, I would imagine we want lower prices down to there. So just something to take note of, but let's see here. Okay, so it is coming higher. Maybe we retrace here. 5-minute looks good. 15-minute looks pretty good. Looking more bullish. See if we get a retrace to enter off of. Ah, bro. Okay, this one's definitely going to play. This one, maybe if you're trading this live, you could enter like halfway up here, target this, and then stop loss down here. But the problem is, like, I don't know. I don't love entering mid-candle. I mean, you definitely could off of this displacement, but this just isn't enough confirmation that we want to come higher yet to me because this is a massive, like, move to the downside. And in terms of a higher draw, like, I want to see it, but I don't know. It's not necessarily confirmed yet, so I mean, it's not terrible, but okay, rip on this one. I mean, this was gonna play. I'm not gonna take it for 8 points, but like the chance this doesn't play is like 0%, bro. Okay, yeah, nice. Okay, did take the high. I mean, sorry, that trade could definitely not play, but I mean the chance we don't take that high is pretty low. That's what I was getting at. So took the high. I mean, I guess if we can see, or was it was just straight gaps, right? Yeah, there's not really a point in trying to long through any of this. 4 hours frozen. Hold up. Quick reset takes like 2 seconds. All right. Yeah, at this point I'm just done. I don't really want to try and catch any longs in. Okay, cooked. Oops, not that. Next day. All right, so it looks like we had quite the news candle here. We'll mark out the top of this. Again, that news idea, like we already took out the bottom, but looks pretty far. How far away are we? Yeah, we are not pushing 500 points, I'm not going to lie. So, I mean, we are super bearish still, so let's see. Like, there's lower draws here we could target, but let's just see what happens. Okay, I imagine we take this low now. There that is. Go to the 5-minute because we really want to see a bigger movement before we do anything. Alright, so we're coming toward this low, but this is just kind of, again, trash, bro. No retrace. Do I even mark out the next low? We'll see if we come toward this next low. I'm starting not to like how we are getting into these deep wicks, but let's see. Okay. Yeah, this one's done. All right, next day. Let's see if we can get something good here. Okay, we could potentially fill through this new week opening gap. Whenever we have a new week opening gap on the chart, right, like that's something we want to get rid of. It doesn't look that bad though. Like when we have those ones that are like blaring, those are the ones that look like really want to get taken out. These don't seem to be as urgent. Like if you look at this 4 hour, you could, like, if you're not paying attention, you could definitely not even notice it. So the ones that are like this, I'm not necessarily like counting on this to get filled through right away. So let's see what happens here. I'm also going to mark out this high, because if we just want to come higher, that's fine. And then is this a... okay. We already tapped this 4 hour gap, which is interesting. Let's just see how we react off open here. Okay, so I'm not liking how we have this 5 minute gap here, but the short idea doesn't look terrible, right? Targeting this. Stop loss here. I just don't want to see us tap this 5 minute and then just dump out of here. I'm not going to lie. But I don't know. Like, that's a good displacement back to the downside. Low key. See, I don't want to force a trade here, and maybe we just wait, but like, it's just not my favorite draw on liquidity, bro. Okay, yeah, didn't play. Now that we tap the 5 minute gap, though, let's see if we get another rejection. No rejection. Interesting. All right, we're starting to come for this high. Let me go to the 4 hour here. I mean, it is the gap, but we've already tapped into this gap, so it's not like, I don't think it needs to necessarily get taken. But off this flip, like, there's just no way we're coming lower yet. Like, look at this 5 minute inverse right here. 15 minute looks good for longs. I mean, we tapped like a tiny 15 minute here. We tapped in this gap and we're rejecting, so I mean, this is a huge rejection candle anyways. Let's see if we get something higher. Maybe a retrace. Yo. Hold on. Look at this 5 minute, bro. Taps that gap and we kind of edge these highs. We're just going to try this one. If this doesn't play out, then it is what it is. Break even, maybe somewhere up there. Stop loss here and TP about there. About a 1 to 1.1. Okay, we'll see. All right, let's see, maybe one more candle up and we go break even here. Yeah, bro. Okay, we have to go break even. What is even going on here? This would be an emotional roller coaster if we were in this trade, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this is garbage, dude. All right. I don't even think this is a terrible trade. Okay, good we went break even. Yeah, you should at this point. Like, after all that, bro, there's no reason to still be in this trade. You could even close or trail on something like that. After this displacement back up, maybe we take the highs, but okay, we did. All right. Next day. Let's try and get one more. I want to get one more trade, bro. One more, like, good trade. That would be great. Okay. These lows look pretty clear. Lows stacking up here a little bit. We still have the bottom of this gap that needs to get filled. So that's the bias here. Let's go to the 1 minute. Let's just see if we trade lower here. Okay. I mean, hear me out, bro. Like, we're really displacing lower. Let's check the R on this. 23. To get a 1-to-1, we would have to be right here, which is slightly below the ideal point, but I mean, this displacement lower doesn't look bad. 15 minute doesn't look bad. 5 minute, it would have been nice to see this gap get retraced, but like the idea is there, and we're like clearly pretty bearish on this trend. Very deep into this wick for the target, but I want to see us come lower. Let's try this one. Hopefully this is the last one. Rip. Okay. Now I feel like I don't want to go out like that, bro. Maybe we gotta try and catch a dub to end this. Let's see what happens here. Totally rejecting this move. Go to the 5 minute. All right, now it seems to want to come lower. Yeah, there's gonna be no entry, but we have to take the lows. Edge the lows, yo. We did edge these, right? Let me check. I mean, hold on. Yeah, it doesn't look like we took out that low. So, I mean, equal lows down there. Displacement back to the downside. Let's check this trade now. Kind of close. Only 20 points on this. You could go for probably a 1-to-1 here. Let's try this one. Okay. Should take it. All right, nice. Okay, maybe we just end it there. Okay, I think this is a good point to end. We had like a 75% win rate, couple break evens, whatever. But I just wanted to get this out for you guys because like I said in the beginning, I think it's good for you guys to see my discretion. I tried to really go through my analysis and hopefully you're able to see what my approach was on these trades and kind of how I determine a bias, draw on liquidity. Again, draw on liquidity is so important for you guys. If you know the draw on liquidity, your entry hardly matters. You just need to pretty much know on the draw liquidity and then find out the other stuff, which is the easy part. So hopefully this was useful for you guys. If you have any questions, please comment them below, and I hope to see you in the next video.